Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name's Dan and this morning I'm off somewhere new, somewhere I haven't been in quite a long time, and we're going to see how things go. Just in Blackpool town centre at the moment, heading towards the train station. Not got much time now, so I just need to get over here and jump on the train, see where we're going next.
Safety and security on posters in each carriage. Please keep your belongings with you or in sight at all times. Should you see anything concerning, please speak to our team.
So today we're in Lancaster. Managed to get the train from Blackpool to Preston, then change. Wasn't too much of a delay as normal, but managed to get to Lancaster now. We're walking up to Lancaster Castle for a look around. It's not too far away at least. Originally I did start walking the wrong way, but at least now I'm in the right direction. So let's see what we can find. This seems like a much steeper hill than I imagined it was going to be. Hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. I'll just be out of breath a little bit at the top. So I assume I'm in the right place at the moment. Oh, out of breath after that big hill. But just come up. And now we are at the castle, quite near the train station at least, which makes it even easier. That looks more like a church or a cathedral, from what I can gather. Not entirely sure if I should be walking around in this direction, but figure we'll have a look. I'm sure if there's somewhere I'm not allowed to be, someone will tell me. I knew it was going to be windy today, but I've got to be honest, I never really understand it or believe how windy it's going to be. But I'm glad I brought some gloves. They're in my bag somewhere, so I might have to go and get them out at some point. But I'm sure we'll be okay as long as my hat doesn't blow off. And as long as it doesn't rain too much. Looks like very old buildings around here. Back up to the castle and we'll see what else we can see. Not sure I should be walking through that bit. We'll go around on the road. By the fact that there's cars parked so close on the path, says to me that it's blocked and might get some better views. So we'll see what we can find. There's the bells ringing in the background, assuming that's from the church. It is 9:10, so I'm not entirely sure why they'd be ringing, but who knows? I'm sure somebody will tell me. For them to be ringing at 9:10 in the morning is a really odd bit to do. So this looks like one of the front entrances to Lancaster Castle, hopefully. Looks like a very old building. Might go have a peep through the door and see what I can see. Who knows, maybe there'll be something interesting. Open daily from 9:30. Hiya, I just wanted to have a quick look if it's okay.
Yeah, we're not open just yet. Not until 9:30, I'm afraid.
Right, am I okay just to stand here and get some photos?
No, you need to step back out the door until we're open.
No problem, thank you. Turns out I might be a bit early, but I saw some bits that I might want to see. The inside looked really nice, but being able to take a photo quickly. So from a quick chat to somebody on the train, apparently Lancaster has changed quite a bit. But we're not here for overlap, we're just here to have a look around and see what we can find. I was going to go and visit a few places, but because we're so early, everything seems to be closed. So, gonna go find some breakfast and we'll see where it goes from there. At the moment we are passing Lancaster City Museum, just in the back here. I'm not sure if it's going to actually be open today, but later on we'll have a look. It's got to be a different coloured Home Bargains to what I'm used to. Pretty sure I might have just walked around in a circle. Just found and went into one shopping centre. Quite basic, but I might have another look later. But it seems that I've just walked around in a bit of a circle and come back to the bit I came down before. So I'm still looking for some breakfast at the moment, but I'm sure I'll find something. I've got to say I am extremely tempted every time I see this McDonald's in front of me. But ideally I want somewhere I can sit down and enjoy like a full English breakfast. But hopefully we'll see what we can get. Have a walk around and then go from there. Managed to find something good enough. Something that'll at least keep me happy with some breakfast. As normal for me, it's a Wetherspoons. So we're at the Sir Richard Owen. It's a different name to what I imagined, but see what we can get. I'm sure there'll be something I enjoy as normal. Something else I want to go have a look at. It is, I can't even remember the name of the bridge that it was. Let's have a look. Millennium Bridge is where we're going. So go and have a look at that and see what there is. Might be a nice river. Might be some other bits that we can see that might be interesting. If not, at least it got us a bit of a walk and we'll see how it goes. Couple of windy streets down here, but I'm sure they'll be okay. We'll get there eventually. It's not too far down the road, I think, maybe 5-10 minute walk, but we'll see what we can go. So we just got to try and figure out how to get up to it, then we can try and find out any new stuff we don't know yet. Shouldn't be too difficult. Looks like we've managed to find what we were looking for then. This is the Millennium Bridge. So we're just going to have a walk over here. Have a look down the river, I want to say. And we'll see what there is. I don't know if there's actually much other than the actual bridge. So this is the Millennium Bridge now, just behind me. Gonna have a walk over, see what we can see. Not sure there's much to it other than just being called the Millennium Bridge. But we'll have a walk over, see what we can see in the river at the very least, and go from there, see what's next to visit. Looks like some quite old buildings over there. Always intrigues me. I never know too much, and if I did look, I'd never remember. But I bet they've been there a long time. Otherwise, this is the river. I've got to say, it must feel a bit like a suspension bridge when I was stood there. I don't know if it was just people walking on it or if it was the wind, but I could feel it moving a little bit. But here we are, just moved across it. And we've got a lovely view just down this river here. But otherwise, there's not much else to see. I think next we'll just have a walk and see what else we can find now. Try and maybe go up to this police museum. Perhaps we'll see something good. I've got to say, this is a much steeper walk again. I don't think I'm used to these big hills. It's been a while, but we'll see how it goes. See if we can find out which way we're going. I assume it's this way. It probably doesn't look too steep on this camera, but if you've been from this area before, or you've even been to the area to visit, it's a lot steeper than what I think. Might have to find somewhere to sit down for a little bit. That's a surprising one I don't often see. Metal detecting on this site is a criminal offence. I wonder why that is. If anybody does know, feel free to comment. I always just assumed that that was a fun thing to do, maybe. I know a lot of people do it on beaches, and I guess that's mostly from people forgetting things, but who knows why you can't do it around here. I'm hoping I'm not wrong, but I think we've finally got up to the top of the hill, and we're just round the back of where we're trying to go. Some great views around here though. So now we're around the back of this church. I'm never interested in going into churches. I've got to say, this is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. Not sure who it is, but they've been decapitated. Not sure if they've been decapitated after they've been put there, or if it was a model of the person who was decapitated. That'd be interesting to know. Right, let's have another walk around the castle, and we'll see if we can't find a way into the museum that I want to have a look in. I think I might have gone a slightly wrong way. Just having a look on the map now, and apparently it's this way I need to go. At least it's a little bit quicker. Less to walk, which is always good. And we'll see what we can find inside. Hopefully it's something interesting. As long as I don't get left in there. I know there is a court. There's the church again. Then it's quarter to 10. Earlier it went off at a random time. Their clock is running 5 minutes fast, which is something I thought they would have sorted. Who knows how long that's been happening, just to confuse people. 5 minutes is only 5 minutes. But I assume church goers might have a difference to that one. It is after 9:30, so hopefully it is open this time, we'll see. This is HMP Lancaster Castle. As far as I could see on the maps, the museum itself was over here somewhere. They do have tour guides and ticket office, but I believe that's just to walk around the actual castle itself. At the moment, we're just looking to have a wander and see where we can get to. Lancashire Police Museum, open 10:30. Definitely looks like it. Looks like a lot of steps up there. We'll go slowly, see what we can find. There's a lot of people downstairs. This is somewhere you can come and try some police uniform on. I don't think it's going to be my sort of thing. I think I'm a bit overweight for that. Hello, officer. Do I need to turn myself in? That's something different. Let's have a look. Jack Ripper was done for murder in the 1800s. Unsolved. And he was in cell 1. I wonder if that was actually here. Let's see how tall I am. That's a good statue of a horse, I must admit. That'll look good in my garden. I wouldn't say police officer on top, just the horse. This is women in policing. This must be what the woman carried on the police force. A very small bat and some small gloves. This is Operation Lund. Yeah, so it's something to do with regulating fishing. Looks like it's given some information on stuff that has been solved in the past, something serious, and things that are worth putting in their museum. Those batons look cool. I wonder if they'll let me have a go on one. Not that I'm going to hit anybody with it. Honestly, I wouldn't be nasty to anybody. Just want to see how heavy they are. It's always interesting. I mean, I'm interested to see how heavy they are these days, to be quite honest with you, but I doubt they'll give me one to hold. There's another little room, wartime policing. Hello, we need some help over here. Oh. Not working. Apparently it's not working here. I am half glad that it's not connected after I tried that. I'm guessing these are a bit different to these days, but I don't understand why they'd have 3 phones, 2 red and 1 black. Interesting to find out if anybody does know. In this one, it's more about horses again, I think. They've got some bugles and spurs, so I assume that's what the horse guards would have carried in that time. Had a look around upstairs. We've got to see what we can find down here. Might be some interesting bits down here. So I assume this was a standard room for prisons. Double bed, some pipes at the back, and surprised I've got a couple of plugs, to be honest with you. Wondering if that's how prison cells actually look today. I half imagine they'll look a bit better. This looks like one of the prison menus that are shown. A rock with an onion. That seems different to what's on the menu. I don't think I'd be eating rocks. I'm not entirely sure how to exit then. Don't want to go through there. Come on, Af.
My husband is okay.
Ah, you're okay. I'll close that door and keep the heat in then.
It's very windy everywhere.
Oh, it's warm in there. I was surprised at that. Inside the castle, they've got a cafe of some sort. Coffee Rusties or something. Might be a different way of saying it. More bells going off for the church next door. I assume that's them thinking it's now the hour. There's a lady round there looking for a husband. I don't know if that's you. Yeah, hopefully I pointed them in the right direction if it's the right one. If not, maybe they'll meet. So this is the inside at the moment. I'm not entirely sure what goes where, who goes what. But I believe there is a court in here which I probably need to be careful of. Probably not allowed to film on certain things. For people wanting to do so, they are allowed to go in and visit the actual castle if they pay. Or they can just go in to see little bits. Not sure where else I'm going to go today. I did want to go down to the butterfly house, but it is closed. Just spotted something else that could be interesting. The tasting garden by Story. Apparently they've got some of the best plants, and it's the mid to end of February that's best time to go. It is the start of March, but hopefully something good to just see. If not, we'll go and have a look around. We'll see what we can find. I think I'm walking through just the start of it at the moment. I think we are up on the hill. There's the dandelion showing it's now Easter. I assume I am still allowed in here. There's nothing that says I shouldn't, other than some dandelions and some beautiful smells. There doesn't seem to be much else in here. They got some plants for sale here if anybody's actually interested. Coming along. I can't say I'm that knowing on what things are. Geranium Clarkey, £3.50. Anybody interested? You know where it is now? Bonus I've just found at Lancaster. We've got a passenger lounge, at least it's somewhere to sit out the wind. Better than nothing. Hopefully it is free and I don't get told to go away. I think I'm glad that it's a good idea to be going home now. It has started raining quite a bit. And hopefully by the time I get on the train and change at Preston back home, it should be good. I do appreciate you watching. See if I can get any other places and see what else I can find in the next few weeks, and we'll see where things go from there. Again, thank you for watching. I do want to ask if anybody can just like the video and subscribe, just to try and help me out and try and make the channel grow further. Then things can progress from there. Just last thing, that's a strong wind at the moment, so I'm going to go get myself inside somewhere and sit down. See you later. Preston's the last stop for this train due to a fire on the railway, so it's not heading towards Manchester Airport for some reason. So I'm wondering what's going on. I assume this isn't first class.
No, it's the other end.
That's good. Don't want to be told off.
This is Lancaster.
Very last seat. So just leaving Lancaster now. Don't want to be overly loud. We are on the train and I imagine it's quiet, but it is the last stop for the train. So it's going to be quite busy, people getting off. Managed to get a lucky seat right at the very back.
This is a Transpennine Express service to Preston.
Got the very last seat, which is a bonus. Hiya. Sorry.
You're off to Blackpool.
Yes.
And I'm just looking at that. I've never seen anything.
Yeah, it's the Osmo 3. They're actually really decent. They record in 4K.
Really?
you can literally get anything you want. I mean, it's got the screen. You can go portrait or landscape, and some of the stuff that you get out of it is just brilliant.
Has it got a big memory?
You can, well, it's the memory card they put in it. Then obviously you can just turn the whole thing round and just video what you want. It's really good. You get some great shots.
Good. Jeez, I'll get out of the way.
Yeah. Oh, I turn it round, don't worry. There's somebody interested in the camera that saw it today, one of the train conductors. Seemed very surprised at what I've got, but it's a great accessory. If anybody does interested in them, it's the Osmo Pocket 3. I didn't quite know that this train was going to stop at Leighton, but it's a lot easier for me. Often I end up getting off in Blackpool and just getting a bus, but Leighton, it's just up the road, so it's nice and easy. I always think Leighton's quite a good little train station. It's sort of in the village, tiny little thing, but it's, I normally don't mind it. It's close. A bit windy today, which is what it is. Luckily at the moment it's not raining, so I can go home and try and keep dry. I do want to thank you all again for watching. If you can, press that subscribe button. It will help me a lot and try and gain some followers, along with telling the system that I can do things, and try and tell me if you've got any comments on tips or tricks on what I can do while I am out, or if you've got any more comments to tell me on places that might be worth a visit. At the moment, as I say, I live in Blackpool and I'm not allowed to drive due to health issues, but ideally on days where I can, I get on the train or I get on the bus. I aim to do some bits and pieces. We'll find out when we can. Thank you again.